What's good, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and we got some news about MyGM today. Now, we already heard about my league. We got MyGM news today, and guys, what was the one big thing about MyGM that you hated? It is all gone. That is VC expenses. You remember when you had guys in the summertime come up to you and say, hey, we got this guy that needs to go and get this training done. Hope you pay for this training. 200 VC. Well, that's no more. If you want to use VC, that's additional cost. That's optional. You don't have to spend that money anymore. They have an XP system now that goes into it, and that comes from making good trades, scouting your opponent, and winning. Things of that nature will make you a better GM as well as earn you XP. And then this year, everyone is smarter. The owner, the media, the players. The owner might say, hey, let's rebuild, save money and rebuild. Well, if the team starts doing well, maybe around the All-Star break, he says, let's go for the playoffs. Let's go for a championship. Open up the bank, hit up the trade deadline. You never know. And with the media, if you give those guys those vanilla answers like, we'll see next time, that's when they'll start harping on you with the tough questions. This is where you have to be fair with the media. You can't give them vanilla answers all the time. And with the players, if you promise a guy more minutes and you don't give it to him, he will put that in the back of his mind, especially when free agency time comes back around. He may not sign back with you guys. And also, you can sign, trade, fire, do whatever you want right off the bat in this year's MyGM mode. So for instance, if you don't like the coach that's on your team, you can go right away and fire that coach before the season even starts. And now they have this thing called Simcast. Simcast allows you to change the strategy, sliders, move whatever you want to before hitting the sim button. And once you hit the sim button, you just watch the game play out, and then you can just hop into the game. Say it's a tie ball game with 2 minutes left, hop in, play that 2 minutes, and get your team to win. Now that's a great feature that I'm glad they added. Now with the scouting, you can scout college players now and watch their progression. Say for instance, you can watch them put up the stats. Say you got a guy that you're looking at, maybe he's the next Damian Lillard. He's the highest scoring player in college or something like that. At a mid-major, you can actually go and get that guy that you can trust because you know he knows how to put the ball in the basket. Or you can go out there and get you a phenom like Andrew Wiggins, who has all the potential in the world. Now with that potential, it depends mainly on you, your training staff, and your development. You have to give those guys minutes. You don't want to play them too much. Don't want to hurt their morale. It's just so many things that you have to check out to make sure you get the max potential out of these players. Now with the social media feature that's brought in this, say for instance it's draft night. You got a guy you're eyeing. You go check social media. There's a team that gave the guy that you have number one on your board a training session, and they may draft him and they have a better draft pick. So what do? You go and trade on draft day to move up and go get that guy, so you don't have to worry about that other team stepping in the way. And also player progression. Player progression, I told you about that earlier, depends on how you treat your players. Now there is a durability rating. Last year, you know, they had that one durability rating. Well, now it's 16 different durability ratings, meaning at any point, a player could have an injury to a body part that is already damaged. Say, for instance, you got a guy that has a bad back. You know he has a bad back. You overdo it with him, he re-injures that back, and next thing you know, it's something that he can't come back from, and he may decide to just retire right there on the spot at 29 years old. You're like, what? Yes, career-ending injuries are now in the game. It makes it more realistic. It's not likely to happen, but in that rare case, it does happen. So they're trying to give you the full aspect in NBA 2k15. And remember, guys, you don't have to spend VC unless you want to add training boosts and other things like that. Remember that. You don't have to spend VC. So y'all be good, and I'll have another video out real soon.